Hi, I'm Jason Fang, and this is a story about monsters living underneath the bed. Here we go. There was a kingdom, not the good kingdom of fairies and magical creatures, a kingdom of monsters that lived underneath the bed. They were ruled underneath the law of King Tutty. King Tutty forbid anyone who would try to explore the outside world of the bed. He was worried that anyone who would leave would never return. There were rumors of giant furry animals that would gobble you up alive, people that staggered over 200 feet. The unknowns were dangerous, but yet exciting. Little monster there. The young boar, or monster, was named Lee. Lee loved to be a rebel, so much that he wanted to test against King Tutty's ruling in his world of exploring the outside world. Lee was a little hesitant, though, because of the rumors that he may never come back. After all, he wanted to still be with his sister, Lisa. Lisa was his only person that knew that he had potential. There's Lee. I'm sorry with these pictures. Lee would stay up debating to go against King Tutty's law. Countless nights would pass, and his sister Lisa tried her best to convince him. She said things like, "You would make history," or "You could debunk the theories and rumors." And Lee would muster up his courage, and then get a wrong feeling. Until he made a new friend, and that friend was Halbert. Halbert was similar to Lee, wanting to escape the Bed Kingdom. They talked and talked about what it would like to explore the unknown world. Regardless if Lee went or not, Halbert would go. Lee only had one day to think about it. That's Halbert. The following day, Lee asked his sister to go with him. He was concerned about her safety, but he also wanted her to go see the outside world. Lisa only agreed if Lee would have gone. Halbert got excited. They packed all their belongings and some rations for the trip. They don't know how long it'll be, so they packed light on clothing and heavy on their food. Lint balls and sticky grape juice. They waited until nighttime so they would go unnoticed. I drew some lint balls and some grape juice. Don't know if you can see that. Night 10 came fast, and then they headed out. They didn't know what kind of adventures they would have, but they were prepared. They saw amazing things, a boulder with the number 8 on it, stacks of paper that created mountains, and they looked down caves of toy guns and came across steel that had faces on them. It was a pretty easy adventure. Nothing dangerous came, and nothing too challenging came to them. And then I drew the 8-ball, the stacks of paper, and the underwear. It's a bed. It felt like days. Traveling the bed took longer than expected. Things went smoothly, but then a strong, hot wind picked up. It was coming from a roaring piece of metal in the walls of the bed. Lisa couldn't hold her weight and started to fly away. Lee and Halbert grabbed her hand and tried to pull her closer. Eventually, the three of them lost their abilities to stand and flew off into the midst of nowhere, and they all blacked out. I drew a vent. What felt like days later, they all woke up, luckily together. They stood up and realized they lost their rations. Lee and Lisa weren't hungry, but Halbert groaned and complained. But they were losing time. They needed to get moving, and they did. The three heroes came across a sticky marsh. There was no way around it. They stepped in it and got stuck. It was hard to move in, but the sun reminded them of their grape flavored syrup. They all tried it, and they were relieved they had food once more. So they drank their way out of it. Drew a can with some liquid spilling out because it's disgusting. They next came across a step pizza. They thought it was poisonous, but they haven't eaten at all after the wind accident. They gave it a try, and the grease made them gag. But oddly enough, they liked it enough to continue. But they stopped later on to puke it up. It was not good to carry in their stomachs. It's a mighty flying pizza. As they continued their forward adventure, they heard loud rumbling, as if it was a giant snoring over them. They were getting closer and closer to their final destination. What seemed so long felt so short. They could see light coming from the end of the bed. What, was this it? Was this the end of the destination? I drew them with shadows. They appeared from underneath the bed, and everything seemed so giant to them. They felt like Jack and the giant beanstalk. A dresser towered over them, and they heard loud, quick barks from them thousands of miles away. They were astounded, face in awe, until a human appeared. They saw them and went over to pick them up. "What are these?" the voice boomed, and the monsters cried and shivered. "We come in peace," Lee cried. "I come from underneath the stone." His tentacle pointed to the bed. I drew the room slightly. The human was confused about all this. It was weird, so he told his dad and showed him to his dad. His dad got why was that page backwards? The human couldn't believe them. He took them into the kitchen and sat them down on the table. The monsters were afraid that they were going to die. They held it up into a ball and tried to protect one another. The human asked what they are. Oh man, I made a typo. I printed the wrong one. The human asked what they were about. They told him their story from when they were being blown away to eating pizza and seeing some funny-looking cloth that they had hearts on. The monster finally asked, "Are you going to eat us?" No, that's pretty gross, he replied. "What do you eat then?" The monsters were relieved. "Pizza, grape soda." He kind of looked away. Everything was explained about the kingdom at that point. The human was confused about all this. It was so weird, and so he told his dad and showed him to them. His dad got the idea to write a children's book about civilization, to write a kid's book about this adventure. The monsters helped him through the details and explained to him what the town looked like. And the dad just got very disappointed at his son for having such a messy room. Life was good, but Lee got worried about the kingdom and asked the man to return him to his home. In fact, all three of them did. They were exhausted and homesick. The boy moved his bed and revealed the marvelous kingdom, but also a messy room. The boy now knew why he heard things often as well. The light sprayed upon the kingdom, and King Tutty looked up and saw the boy. The boy lowered the three heroes to King Tutty, and the monsters explained to him that the humans aren't dangerous. Lee looked up to the boy and smiled. King Tutty almost wanted to punish them, but hesitated. Instead, he gave the three heroes a pat on the back and gave them a coin medal in honor of their adventure. They made sure to keep his room a mess and checked up on the monsters occasionally, and made sure they had enough supplies. Even though all the rumors and the toughness to push through, Lee followed his guts and had help from his friends to strive the unknowns. And he didn't know if he was going to make it out alive, but Lee had no regrets, and realized that he should take risks more often. Thanks. Bye. Yikes.